A standard voltage transformer secondary voltage rating is 115 volt line to line. Now we'll see how ideally a VT is modeled and practically how the model will look like. Ideally, the voltage transformer secondary, this one, the voltage transformer secondary is connected to a voltage sensing device. A voltage sensing device with infinite impedance, because we need the voltage sensing device to sense the full voltage. We don't want any drop in between. So we assume the voltage sensing device to be connected to a VT secondary with the infinite impedance, so that the entire VT secondary voltage is across the sensing device. But in practice, this is the ideal model. OK, but in practice, the secondary voltage divides across the high impedance sensing device and the voltage transformer series leakage impedance that we will see in the equivalent circuit. OK, so in the practical model, the secondary voltage divides across two impedances. One is the high impedance sensing device and the VT series leakage impedance. The VT series leakage impedances are kept at a very low level to minimize the voltage drops, because ideally there should not be any drop, but practically there is a drop. But even though there is a drop, we want to minimize it. That's what. We'll see the CT and VT equivalent circuit. First, now we'll go to the CT side. The primary winding of a current transformer usually consists of a single turn because it's a primary conductor. It's a single conductor running through the core. This is obtained by running the power system's primary conductor through the CT core here. The normal current rating of CT secondaries is standardized at 5 amps, which I already told, 5 amps in US and 1 amp in Europe. Now, currents of 10 to 20 times the normal rating of the CT is normally seen during short circuits, because the normal rating, this is what is the normal rating, right? 5 amps and 5 amps in US and 1 amp in Europe. But in abnormal conditions or in short circuit conditions, we see 10 to 20 times of the normal current. So the CT should be able to reproduce this current, which is 10 to 20 times of the normal current in the secondary. It should be able to reproduce it accurately. That is what is a requirement. Now let's see the equivalent circuit here. OK, so we have I as the primary current. This is only one turn. N turns are there in the secondary. The total current is I dash plus IE, where I dash is only seen by the relay. And this is the relay impedance, which is also known as the burden or impedance of the terminating device. Here the terminating device is relay. That's why this is known as the relay impedance. Now Z dash is the leakage impedance. So some drop is there, right? Some voltage drop is there practically. Now the current is divided into two, right? Ideally it should see the full current, right? I dash plus IE, full current, this current, whatever is the current here, it should be seen here. But practically we have an exciting impedance, exciting reactance, XE. So because of this exciting reactance, I dash is only seen by the relay or the sensing device. Now that is what it is shown here. CT secondary is short circuit implies CT secondary is short circuit is here. CT secondary is short circuit implies zero impedance connected to the sensing device. Zero impedance connected to the second sensing device, but practically it divides into two. First one is low impedance sensing device. Second one is CT shunt excitation, which is normally high. CT shunt excitation, which is normally high. Now, the total burden of the terminating device is known as the total impedance of the terminating device is known as the burden, which is less than 1 ohm typically. And this can be expressed as volt ampere at a specified current, because at a specified current we have I squared Z as the volt ampere, I squared ZB. Here it is I dash squared ZB as the volt ampere, which is that is another representation for the burden. Burden is either represented as impedance or it can be represented as volt ampere also. Now let's see the excitation curve of CT. In the excitation curve of CT, the horizontal axis is secondary excitation amps, which is IE, and the vertical axis is secondary exciting voltage E dash. So beyond a particular exciting amps IE, we see that the voltage is a constant because of saturation.